Hi, I'm Elizabeth with Wallace Yarn Creations. Today I like to talk about shawl colors. We specialize in gradient yarns, and I like to show you how you can combine gradients with either a solid contrast or how to use gradients together. It's a fun way to play with colors and get stunning results. There are 3 different categories, and I have a few examples to show you for each. First is using a gradient and combining it with a solid contrast color. This one is, the pattern is called Dust and Clay. As you can see, it uses a gradient color and then white as a contrast. Nice big crescent shape. So the pattern is called Dust and Clay, and the colors look like this in the skeins. So the gradient is called Raphaela. It has yellow, light teal, and a dark teal, teal as in green, different green shades combined with the yellow, and white as a contrast. These are 100 gram skeins, and combined together they look like this. You can see how the white brightens up the gradient color and how the lace portion provides a visual centerpiece. So that's a happy bright color, and the white enhances that color, and for an overall happy spring color, spring shawl effect. So the gradient again is called Raphaela, and the white is a really snow white, 100 grams each. Another example is a shawl called Dress It Up. It's doing something similar. In this case, it's an all lace shawl. The main color is a blue-purple combination called Josephine, and the contrast is a medium gray. So the yarns look like this in the skein. So Josephine is a purple with 2 blue shades, and then a solid color in gray. Again, 200 gram skeins. And in this case, the solid gray provides like a calming contrast to the lace. It offsets the lace and also brings some unity to the shawl. The colors are harmonious and work together. It's kind of almost like bordering the lace portions and the purple blue combination. Lovely lace work. So the pattern is called Dress It Up, in colors Josephine and gray as a contrast. This one is doing something a little bit different. This is the shawl is called Ono shawl. Go back that you can see this. This case you have the gradient in the background, and the solid, which is kind of a sky blue, almost works like a brush that you use to paint on a canvas. You start off with some stripes here on this end, and then the brush strokes, so to speak, are getting bigger and bolder. And the gradient is somewhat in the background. In this case, the colors are Agave, which is a blue, green, off-gray combination combined with a sky blue. The colors are all in the same color family, so they work well together. But since the main color, Agave, is a little bit muted, it stays in the background, and the contrast, we just need a 50-gram skein, is doing the main work with the stripes, creating some really pretty visual effects. It's all garter stitch, so it's an easy knit, and you alternate the skeins when you come to the stripes. Last example how to combine a gradient with a solid is a shawl called Atiru. It goes like this, I believe. Yes, like this. And you can see in this case how the colors work. You see the gradient colors change, and then the natural is the contrast, which is used for some stripes, just to make it pop a little bit. So the main color is called Honey Medley. This is a 150-gram skein, and as the name implies, it has different honey shades. Light gold, bright yellow, little sand, really pretty. I call it honey. It's just honey. And the contrast is natural, and you just need a 50-gram skein. The natural just pops in a little interest, and I added some beads in the stripes as well, which was not part of the original pattern. I don't know if you can see that. So the stripes add a little interest, little color pop, but the gradient is really doing the main work here, just pretty, changing gradually from one color to the next. So these were examples of using a gradient combined with a solid contrast. Of course, you can combine two gradients as well, and let me show you some examples of that. First up is a shawl called Abiding Joy. And as you can see, it has blue and then a natural gold combination. In this case, the skeins look like this. They're basically two different colors. You have blue, and then you have the natural gold. And those colors just happen to be gradients. The blue one is called CELINE. The natural gold one is called DOLLY. They're also 100-gram skeins. In this case, they are cotton bamboo blends. All our fingering yarns have the same yardage, so they are interchangeable. You're not stuck with bamboo if you want to knit the same pattern. The silks and the 100% cottons will all have the same yardage. So the blue one is called CELINE. The natural gold one is called DOLLY, and those are 100-gram skeins, and you would need one each to knit a shawl like this. The pattern is called Abiding Joy by Mona Zillah. This was a mystery knit along, so the pattern was written specifically for this yarn. You can see how the blue changes a little bit, but it basically stays in its color family. So you have two distinct colors, the blue and the white, the natural gold, but they're each distinctly different and work together like that. Similarly, a pattern called Please Join Me is doing something along the same lines. Two distinct different colors. Let me show you the colors. In this case, red and gray. These are also cotton bamboos. The red one is called Tina. The gray one is called Kenny. So two distinctly different colors, with each color stays in its own color family. So red or gray, and put together they look like this. So you start off knitting red with gray stripes, and then the second half you flip-flop and you knit gray with red stripes. And lovely generous sized shawl. I like the asymmetrical shape, and I like how the colors flip-flop. So each color changes a little bit, but again, they each stay in their basic color family. Nice, I like the stitch detail. The pattern is called Please Join Me. Takes 100 grams skein in each color, and we used red and gray. Red is called Tina, and the gray is called Kenny. 100 grams skein each. One more example in this category is called Earthstar. This is a cotton silk blend. This is color pattern Earthstar. And the colors in this case are beacon and winter green, and you can guess which is which. Beacon has yellow, orange, bright red, and winter green is a greenish blend, different green shades. And totally different colors, each stays in its own color range and put together. In this case, you alternate the skeins to create striping. Then you have this beautiful slip stitch detail that makes the shawl almost look three-dimensional. Beautiful work, and all of these samples were knitted by my friend Biddy. She's doing beautiful work. 100 grams skeins, two of them, in this case, color winter green and beacon. These are cotton silks. The third category I like to talk about is when you use two gradients that are vastly different. Not only different from each other, but they have different colors in each skein. Let me show you what I mean. These two colors, the green blue one is called stained glass. As you can see, has green blue shades. The other one is called domicile. It's bright magenta, gray, and a white. So completely different colors. And if you combine them, they look like this. The pattern is called Biddy Cot. It's a free pattern on knitty.com. So you use one skein at a time and knit stripes. It's all stockinette. So you're knitting one color at a time. Each color changes, and then they change with each other, so to speak. It's a fun knit because you see a lot of things happening. So each color changes on its own, and then the colors react with each other as you stripe them. So in this case, the blue-green one is called stained glass, and the magenta-white one is called domicile. You need a set like this. These are, again, 100 gram skeins. And all of the pairings I'm showing you are available as kits. Of course, the sky is the limit. You can endless combinations, but if you like any of the pairings I'm showing you, they're available as I show them on our website. So stained glass and domicile knit up together look like this. Also a nice asymmetrical shape. And this is Biddy Cot. The pattern is on niddy.com. It's a free pattern. Along the same lines of combining two vastly different gradients, the Shawl by Hilary Latimer. This is called A Whisper of Fall. Yes, and this is super colorful and has a lot going on. A nice shape. It's called a seagull shape. So it's almost like a big V. Very well to wear. So this combines two colors, and then it also has some different stitch patterns in there. This is a good example to talk a little bit of what to look for when you pick colors. So these are the two colors we used. Again, domicile, which we just had previously. Domicile is the magenta one, magenta, gray, and white. And the other color is Pina Colada. So this is Pina Colada. Pina Colada has a natural lime green and a sky blue. If you look at the two colors like that, you see that the center colors in the center of the skein are very similar. One is white, one is natural. So if you would use both skeins starting from the center, the colors would be too similar to provide a contrast. They would look washed out, or you would just be a waste of effort because you cannot see the difference in what you're trying to do. If you use it like this, again, using both colors from the center, let me back up. So this is Pina Colada, and Pina Colada versions 1 and 2, and they're the same, just wound in opposite directions. So this one has the blue on the outside, the other one, version 2, has the blue in the center. They're the same yardage per color change, just as I said, wound inside out. And I try to offer all colorways in two versions. So if you use, we look at this version of Pina Colada and hold it together with domicile. You can see how the colors work when you combine them in this direction. So you, again, going from the center, you have white now combined with sky blue. If we do it the other way, white and natural would be too close. However, white and sky blue works. So it all sounds complicated, and it's easier when you can look at the actual colors. What I'm trying to say is that you look at all three colors of each skein and combine them, contrast them with the three colors from the second skein. If you have a contrast in each color, then that works. So in this case, going from the center, you have white going with sky blue. You have gray in this skein going with the lime in this skein. And then you have the magenta going with the natural. Sometimes it's a little tricky, but it's really fun to work with and so rewarding. So if you use them like this, either starting from the center, starting from the outside, either way, but maintaining the same sequence for both skeins, you get something as fun and intriguing as this pattern. This is A Whisper of Fall, and as you see, it combines the colors, striping. Then you have a little lace portion in just one color, more striping, lace portion again. So you go back between striping colors and then having whatever stitch pattern. And it's really fun to work with because you have a lot going on. You change colors, you have different patterns, and of course the end result is just gorgeous and a true masterpiece. One more shawl to show you, which is doing something similar. And as I said, the sky is the limit. You can combine colors you would never think of work together, and you have stunning results. So this is Makariri, and it's doing something similar. It combines colors in striping, and it has lace portions in it. And this is how the colors look for this shawl. The red blue one is called Shore, has red, green, and blue. And the other one is called Milkshake, which is white, sand, and milk chocolate brown. And combined, it looks like this. So you have portions where you just work with one color, and then you have portions with garter stitch, either one color by itself or striping. A lot of different things going on, which is really fun and fun to work with. And it's exciting to see how the colors work alone and then how they interact with each other. So these were 3 different categories of combining gradients with solid colors or combining gradients with each other. Said all the combinations I showed you are on our website under kits. So if you have questions if a colors combination you have chosen will work, let me know. I'm happy to work with you. I hope you find something you like and get some inspiration. Happy knitting.